when Hanley Consulting released a new product, we found a need to be a little bit more agile with how we're approaching our tasks. That's where we felt a need for Zoho sprints. So we use Zoho sprints for any new releases for our product. What we found so beneficial with Zoho sprints is that you've obviously got the backlog. So we use that where we enter any tasks that need to be completed, or even any ideas that we might have for our product. We then use our weekly meetings to discuss that backlog of tasks. And that's then where we schedule them into an upcoming sprint for Paul to then take care of those sprint items. I initially set up Zoho sprints and then handed it over to Paul, who actively uses it on a daily basis now. As a team, we are all using Zoho sprints a lot. That's where we will enter any tasks into the backlog. And then we also discuss those in our weekly scrum meetings as well. Then once they're pulled and scheduled into sprints, that's where Paul comes in and takes over.
Yeah, so I found that sprints has made it a lot easier to prioritize the different changes to the product. It's a lot easier to track the progress of the changes, know which ones have to be done in a certain date. And we've also found we've set timers, so it will be a 10-day sprint. All of these within a certain sprint need to be completed by then, and we have meetings weekly to track the progress, but also to decide what's going into what sprint, so we know as a group which changes are being made. I think the biggest benefit has been the ability to track the changes, really being able to see what needs to be prioritized. Because before, if you were using an Excel document or something like that, everything's there. It's hard to see what needs to be done on what date. Whereas now, everything's got a date on it. It's logged to a certain user, and you know what you need to change when.
Yeah, and I think what's really good as well is that, particularly with a product where you've got sort of multiple releases and updates, through sprints, you're able to export that information out. So we're able to constantly track when particular updates might have been made. So if they were made 12 months ago and we've forgotten what date that was actually completed, we're able to track back now and find that information quite easily. So you can set up bugs which need fixing, which most of the time would be priority for Paul to fix. And then, yeah, everything else is backlog items, which tends to be feedback on the product and more things that are nice to have than something that might be breaking the product.
So we've all got the dashboard, and Sprints links into projects as well. So it will create a task in projects for you, and you can use the project bot on Zoho One to actually get a notification when any changes are made to that task, and that links directly in with Sprints. So if I change something in Sprints, anyone that's tagged in that particular item in Sprints will also get a notification that's been completed. I mean, the fact that it's all live information makes life a lot easier. We don't have to keep asking each other questions.
Importantly, you're not getting nagged by everyone saying, when's this going to be done? You can actually see,
Yeah.
when it's going to be.
Yeah, that's made a big difference to my life.